Hey guys, we're back at decluttering. I thought I would show you guys a before we declutter this drawer right here. This is M through, I think, S. I think it goes to S, I'm pretty sure. So we have M through S in here. So I'm going to go through all these palettes. I'm going to lay them out flat. And we're going to figure out which ones of these I'm going to keep. But I want to show you how cluttered the drawer was. The drawer is like jam-packed. So that is my goal, is to clean this out so that you can actually see everything and utilize everything. I'll show you guys a sneak peek at the drawer that we did before. Look how much better this looks now. I can find everything. And then the drawer before that. Look at that one. It's looking so much better. So we're getting to some nitty gritty now, so that way there I can get my palettes organized and only keep what I know that I love. So again, we're working on the M through S's. So we have all of these to go through. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. Okay guys, I've pulled all the palettes out of the drawer. I've laid them all out on this blanket here, so we're going to figure out which one of these I'm going to keep in my collection, which ones are going to be decluttered. So we're going to get started here very quickly because I'd like to get through this in a timely fashion. So I'm going to put you guys down. We're going to get super close. So we're going to set you right here. I'm going to try to angle you so you don't have so much of a blur. I'm going to angle you up a little bit. There we go. So the first one here you're looking at is a Smashbox palette. So this is the Smashbox. It's called the Masterclass palette. This is a color and contour palette. So it looks like this on the inside. You get lots of different colors on for eyeshadows. These do flip open, so you can open these up somehow. Yep, from the bottom. Okay, so you flip them up from the bottom here so you can see all the shadows. And there's more shadows over here. So you've got shadows and more shadows. And then on the other side, actually that's it, shadows and blushes. I'm sorry, I thought there was more in here, but that's not. So this is the book. I have not used this, honestly, and I don't feel like I'm going to use this. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this for my collection. The next one is this Morphe palette. So this is the Morphe, what is this called? The 350 Nature Glow. So here's what it looks like on the inside. I'll pop it open for you. So here's what it looks like. It's a very basic neutral palette. So there's nothing real fancy or anything about it. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm ever going to use this because I've got other palettes that are very similar to this. So this is one I'm going to pass along as well. So we've gotten rid of two so far. We're doing good. The next one is this Makeup Revolution. This is the Ultra eyeshadows. This is the 32 professional eyeshadows. So here's what it looks like on the inside. Again, it's nothing very, I don't know, different. So honestly, I don't feel like I'm ever going to use this either. It's not been touched and it's been in my collection for a little while, so it's going to go. Then we have the NYX Ultimate. This is the shadow palette. This is the Ombre. I think it's called the Smoky and Highlight. So here's what it looks like on the inside. There's the colors. The colors are actually really pretty in this one. This is one that I think I might actually end up keeping because I think I like those colors. The blue here. I love that blue. I love the burgundy shade. So I'm going to keep this one. It's a nice small little palette too. Then we have the NYX Ultimate. This is the multi-finish shadow palette. So this one here has more like the peachy tones and has some shimmers and has some mattes in there mixed in. This is another one I think I'm going to keep, and this is called the Sugar High. So this is the Sugar High palette. We're going to keep that one. Then we have another Ultimate. This one's called the Warm Neutrals. So let's see how basic this one is. Actually, it's pretty. That's a really pretty palette, and I can foresee myself using this because it's small and compact, so I know I would use that one as well. So we're going to keep these three. I'm going to set these over here. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see everything. I'm going to get angled. The next one is this one right here. This is the Morphe Dare to Create palette. This is the 39A palette. This one here, when I got it, I was so excited to get it because of all these colors in here. And I'm telling you what, guys, I have not played with it yet, but I'm going to because these colors are beautiful. I love these greens down here. I love the blues. I am definitely going to be keeping this palette. This is a gorgeous one that I want to play with. And it's a giant palette, so it is huge. So I'm going to keep that one. The next one is another Smashbox. This is a Smashbox called the Masterclass Lighting Theory. So this one here is like a more holographic type of palette. And this one has cream products in it. And I love Smashbox cream products. So I'm going to keep this one because I do like their cream products. And I also like this one because it's got a little bit of everything all mixed together. So it's a perfect one to travel with. So I'm going to hold on to this one. The next one is this Smashbox. This is one that my husband bought for me. This is like one of the first palettes that he bought me. And actually, even if I don't ever use this again, I would never get rid of it just because he purchased it for me. It's kind of sentimental, so I love the colors in here. And like I said, even if I never use this again, it'll never leave. So I'm going to hold on to this. This is called the Wonder Vision Mega Palette. So it's a huge palette as well. Then we have this one here. This is the Smashbox Multiply Your Makeup. Is that what it's called? It's called the Create and Transform. So this one here looks like this, and you've got different palettes that you can actually pull out and put in, and I have 2 other ones that can go in there. I have them over here. So I have 2 other palettes that go into this. Actually, I'm going to keep this because I feel like this would be another one that would be great to travel with, so I'm going to hold on to this one as well. So this one is broken. I didn't even realize this was broken until I started opening everything up and realized, well, you got a broken one in there too. So, oh, happy day. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to keep that one. The next one is a Stila palette. This is the Stila, what is this called? This is called the Matte and Metal Eyeshadow Palette. I don't think I've ever even used this. Nope. Look how pretty the colors are though. I love the Stila shadows. The Stila shadows are actually really nice. I'm going to hold on to this because I really do enjoy the Stila shadows. Then we have 3 more Stila shadow palettes here. This is the body. So this is the eyes are the window to the body. So this is what the colors look like in here. Look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have the eyes are the window to the soul. Beautiful colors again. Holding on to that one. And then this is the eyes are the window to the spirit. And so here's spirit. I'm holding on to these because I really do like Stila shadows. I'm going to go through these very quickly because these are ones that I know that I won't get rid of either because I wouldn't even know how to get rid of them, to be honest with you. These are just little palettes that have just random things in it. So I need to go through all of these and pull out all the randoms and put them into one because I've got a bunch of these random Z palette type style products and they all have a little bit of something in them and none of them are completely full. This one's pretty full. These are actually really pretty too. So this one's pretty full. I might have to pull that one out and use it soon. And then we have this one here as well. These have a bunch of random things in here. That's a Wet n Wild product. So again, it's just a bunch of random things though that I wouldn't even know where to begin with to get rid of any of those. So I'm going to keep those. Then we have these 2 Studio on the Go makeups. These are this one here is the Warm Up, I believe. Cool Down, actually, I lied. It's the Cool Down palette. So here's the Cool Down palette. It's more like the purpley tones. I'm actually going to get rid of this because it's just a basic shadow palette and I have other things that are very similar to this. And this is the Warm Up. So there's the Warm Up shadow palette. Getting rid of both of those. Then we have another NYX Ultimate. This is a multi-finish one. This one here has a bunch of different colors in it as well. This one has never been opened. Actually, since it's never been opened and I know that I'm not going to probably play with it anytime soon, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Then we have 2 more NYX. We have the NYX, the Cosmic Metals. So the Cosmic Metals, and this one looks like, oh, looks like that. Those are so pretty. Again, they're nice and easy to work. They look like they're going to be nice and easy to work with, and I have used it at least once or twice. I just need to play with it more, so I'm going to hold on to that one. This is the Lid Lingerie. So here's what it looks like. These colors are very basic, and they look like they'd be a great for everyday palette, so I'm going to hold on to that one as well. Then we have 2 here from Maybelline. These are the City Mini Palettes. My friend Lashes Tony XO sent me these, and I need to pull these out and play with them. I've never even played with them, but I'm going to keep both of these because I have not played with them yet. Because I think they deserve to be played with. Don't you guys think so? I think they look really pretty too. They'd be perfect to throw into my purse. Then we have 2 from Milani. We have the Bold Obsessions and the Most Loved Mattes. So here's the Most Loved Mattes. Ugh. Really beautiful colors. They remind me a lot of the Stila ones, honestly. The Stila palettes. So I'm going to hold on to that one. And then we have the Bold Obsessions. The Bold Obsessions is beautiful as well. I'm going to hold on to that one as well. Then we have the NYX Butt Naked Underneath It All. I'd never pull for these. They are very beautiful, but honestly, I'd never pull for these. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. These both have like, or this one has, oh my gosh, I don't know how to use it now anymore. Oh, I just jammed that one with my fingernail. Good job, Tiff. Oh, here we go. This one has products underneath, so it has products on top and products underneath. So I'm going to have to sanitize that one, and then I'm going to declutter this one. Then we have the Butt Naked Eyes. This one has pretty much a similar thing, so it's got products here and then products underneath. So, whoops. I just broke it. Good job, Tiffany. Okay, we'll fix that somehow. Okay, there it goes. It goes back together. There's what it looks like, and this is another one I think I'm going to actually declutter because I don't find myself ever reaching for this. Then we have a Morphe palette. This is the Morphe 9C. So here's what it looks like. Those colors are actually really beautiful, so I'm going to hold on to this one. I know a lot of people don't like Morphe shadows, but I actually really do like them, so I have no problem with them. Then we have another Stila one. This is the Stila, this is the Miser, the Window to the Mind. This one's an all matte palette, so it's perfect for my aging eyes, so I'm going to hold on to this one as well. Then we have some Sigma palettes, and honestly these are really good, but I don't really find myself ever using these anymore. So we have the Sigma, this is the Smoke Screen. So here's the Smoke Screen, actually very beautiful colors in here. Gonna get rid of that one. And then we have this one here is called the Brilliant and Spellbinding. Beautiful colors again. I just don't find myself using these either. And then this is the Warm Neutrals, and there's what it looks like. So I'm actually going to get rid of all three of those because I don't find myself ever using these anymore. Then we have a one that was never opened. This is the NYX Love Contours All. I have never opened this, and I know I'm not going to use it because the colors are very basic, so I'm going to actually just declutter this. Then we have the famous Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. So here's what it looks like. I know mine does not have like the name or anything on these. I think maybe it does on the back. Yep, it does on the back. So it has the names on the back because I purchased mine through Ulta. So here's what it looks like again. I am going to be keeping this because I really do like this palette. I know some people don't like Morphe, again, like I said, but I actually do like Morphe. I'm going to move this out of the way. Then we have, I'm going to pull some more down here. We have a Revlon palette. This is the Revlon Photo Ready. This is the, what is this called? I have no idea. This is just Sparkle maybe? I have no idea what it's called. Anyway, it comes with two little sponge tip applicators. I don't find myself ever reaching for this. This is going to get decluttered. If I can put the little sponge applicators back in there. That's decluttered. Then we have the NYX. This is the Dreamcatcher palette. This is like one of my first NYX palettes that I purchased. I loved it when I first purchased it, but I don't ever reach for it anymore, so I'm going to pass that along. Then we have the Pixie by Petra palette. I don't really like this palette at all, honestly, so I'm going to pass this along. This is the Mineral Contour palette. I don't know. It's kind of boring in my opinion, and it's just the Pixie shadows. I don't think that they're that great, so I'm going to pass that along. Then we have the Smashbox Double Exposure palette. So here's what it looks like. It's actually a really pretty palette, but I just don't find myself ever reaching for this one. I need to actually pull it up and try to reach for it more. So I'm going to hold on to it for a little while and see if I do reach for it. If not, then it will be decluttered in the next declutter. I couldn't speak. We have a pure little trio here. So here's just a little trio. And this is called the Matchmaker. I'm going to pass this along because I don't ever reach for it. It's never been used. Then we have some more Smashbox palettes. So we have two more Shape Matters. Are these the exact same palettes but in different packaging? I think they are. Nope, they're not. They're not, are they? I don't know. Let's open them up and find out. So here's this one. Let's see. Oh my goodness. They're both brand new. Good job, Tiffany, on using your makeup. No, they're different. You can tell that, whoops, hopefully. Oh, let me see if I can get them opened up so you can see them. Okay. Oh my gosh. Get there, brush. Okay, so here's what they look like. They are a little bit different. They're not extremely different, but they are a little bit different, but neither one of these have ever been touched, so I'm going to pass both of these along. There's no point in keeping these if I'm not using them. So they're both gone. Okay. Now we have the Natasha Denona. This is the Lila palette. This palette is gorgeous. Look how pretty these colors are. I really didn't love this when I first got it. Then the more I used it, the more I loved it. It was like one of those palettes that I had to kind of fall in love with. I wasn't immediately in love with, but I'm going to keep that one. Then we have the Storybooks Cosmetics. This is the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette. I love this palette as well. I love Harry Potter, and of course this reminds me a lot of Harry Potter, even though it's not technically Harry Potter, so I'm going to hold on to this one. Then we have the Realher. This is the #1 shadow palette. Be your own kind of selfie. Be your own kind of beauty. I'm sorry. So here's what the colors look like. I don't ever reach for this because it's just nothing really fancy or anything. Nothing really extraordinary is what I mean to say. So I'm going to pass that along. Okay, I'm going to move you guys. I'm going to pause you and move you. Now that we're moved, we have some more Smashbox palettes. So this one here is the Smashbox. This is the Drawed In and Decked Out. This is the Cover Shot Sultry palette. I don't think I've ever even used this. Here's what it looks like. Those colors are actually really pretty, and it's nice and small, and it would be easy to work with, like to travel with. I'm going to hold on to that one. And then we have pretty much the same style, but these are like more orangey tones. I'm going to hold on to this one as well. And then we have another one that's the same style, and this is more cooler tones. Not really cooler tones. These are still warm tones, but not as warm as this one. So I'm going to hold on to all three of these because I think they'd be fun to work with, and they're nice and small and compact. So I'm going to hold on to all three of those. And then I got to get situated here, guys. My knee is starting to kill me. Now we have the Marc Jacobs. These are the Iconic palettes. I'm going to bend you guys down a little bit so I can see better. These are the Iconic palettes. So this one here is the Scandalist palette. So here's what it looks like. These colors are actually really gorgeous. I love the shades in here, so I'm going to hold on to this. I love the packaging to these as well. I thought I had more of these, and then when I started going through my collection, I'm like, I don't have as many of these as I thought I had. I only have 2. I thought I had more than that. So here's another one of those, and here's what it looks like. It's the purple tones, so I'm going to hold on to that one, and this one is called the Provocateur. I'm going to hold on to that one as well. Then we have a NARS palette. This is the NARS Narcissist. These colors are actually really, really beautiful. This was like in a couple favorite videos of mine because I love this. It's super easy to work with. I really enjoy this palette, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have a Makeup Forever palette. This is the Makeup Forever. This is the Lustrous Eyeshadow palette. I've never even used this, guys. It's still brand new, so I'm going to pass it along. If I haven't used it yet, it's probably not going to get used, so I'm going to pass it along. Then we have another Morphe palette. So this is the Morphe 350. Is it 350 or is it 350? I think it's 350. This is a very orange palette. So again, something that's not real like extraordinary. And I think I like some of the other Morphe palettes that I've kept versus this one. So I'm going to pass this one along. This one can go. Then we have the Sephora. This is the Sephora in Mini Collection. I love, whoops, good grief, I almost broke my nail. I love this one because of the packaging, and I think it's just super darn cute, and I think I will be keeping this one probably forever just because I love the packaging to this. I know it's probably not like everybody's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea, so I love this one. I'm going to hold on to that. Then we have a MAC Patrick Star palette. So this is the, what's this one called? Patrick Star Goal Getter. So here's what it looks like. The colors are actually really pretty, but honestly, I don't find myself ever reaching for this one, so I'm going to pass that one along. Then we have the MAC. This is the MAC Navy ×9. I love blue shadows. So here's what it looks like, but these are not super blue. They're more gray in my opinion, so I'm going to pass this one along. If it were more blue, I would have loved it more, but it's just a little grayish. I'm going to pass that one along. Then we have the MAC 9 times purple ×9. I love purples as well, so I'm going to hold on to this one though. Then we have the MAC. This is the MAC Warm Neutral palette. Now this is gorgeous. I love this palette, and I have always loved the MAC shadows. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. I love the shade right here. It's almost like an army green, and when you put it on your eyelids, it looks beautiful, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have this one here. This is the MAC. This is the Mellow Moderns. So there's what they look like. They're actually really beautiful as well. I love the purple tones in here, so I'm going to hold on to this one. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So now we're back to this MAC palette right here. This is the MAC... I don't know what this is called. I should have flipped it. Duh. So this is the MAC Cool Neutrals palette. So here's what it looks like on the inside. Of course, I don't feel like I've used this one enough, but I am going to hold on to it because I do like the MAC Big Pan palettes. This is the Neutrogena Longwear. This is called the Cool Plum. So here's what it looks like. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Here's what it looks like. The colors are actually really pretty, but I don't know. I think I actually will hold on to this one. This one actually looks really nice. I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have the Physicians Formula. This is called the, I have no idea what this is called, the Shimmer Strips. So here's what they look like. I don't ever find myself using this, so this is getting passed. Then we have the MAC Patrick Star. This is the Heat Stroke palette. So here's what it looks like. This is actually really pretty. I think I might keep that other MAC Patrick Star as well. I'm going to pull this one back out. I'm going to keep my Patrick Stars. I really like both of those. Those colors are actually really pretty, so I'm going to hold on to those. Then we have a Makeup Forever. This is the Makeup Forever. This is called the... Oh, I know what this is. This was the one that came with the... Oh my gosh, what was the movie? 50 Shades of Grey. So my husband purchased this for me for Valentine's. This was the 50 Shades of Grey palette. I'm going to hold on to this because, of course, not only do I like the colors, but hello, sentimental memories. Then we have the MAC in the Flesh. I got this for a super good deal when I purchased it, and I really do love all the colors in here, but I just need to play with them more, so I'm going to hold on to that. Then we have an Ofra palette. This is the Ofra, what is this called? This is called the Magnetic System. What? I don't know. I have no idea. But either way, here's what the shadows look like. There are some bright pops of color in here, but I will tell you guys, Ofra is not my favorite eyeshadows, so I'm going to pass that along. Then we have another MAC. This is the MAC 9 times, or semi-sweet times 9. So here's what it looks like. This one here is a perfect palette to travel with because it's got that burgundy shade in here, and then it's got all your neutrals that you're going to need, plus it's got that deep dark black in there. Going to keep that one. Then we have a Smith & Cult. This is the Smith & Cult Book of Eyes. This is called the Diary of a Beauty Junkie Noon Suite. I think this is like the warmer tone ones. These are actually really nice. I really do enjoy these. I'm going to keep this as well. I love the packaging to this. It's beautiful. So I'm going to hold on to that. This is one of my favorite palettes of the year. This is the NYX Swear By It palette. Guys, this palette is so, so good. NYX has reformulated a lot of their shadows, and these are amazing. A lot of these shadows in here I feel like are duplicates for a lot of the high-end palettes, and it's just a really, really good palette. I think if you can get it on sale, I would definitely pick it up. So it's like $35 originally, like at Ulta, so I feel like that's expensive, but it's really, really good. Then we have another Nars palette. This is the Nars, what is this called? This is the Man Ray palette. So I have only played with this once, I'll be honest, and I don't know why, because it's a beautiful palette. I do like the colors in here. I love that green. That green is gorgeous. This gold is gorgeous as well. I'm going to play with that more. See if I can play with that a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Am I going to play with it? No. Pass. Now we're moving on to this one right here. This is the Makeup Geek. This is the Manny MUA and times Makeup Geek. Here's what it looks like. I know that this is a gorgeous palette. I love this palette. I ended up getting it off of the Makeup Geek site, and it was like discounted, I think, maybe. I'm not sure how I ended up getting this, honestly. But I love this palette, so I'm going to hold on to it. Then we have another Smashbox palette. Then this one is the Masterclass Art Love Color. I don't think I've ever even played with this palette, to be honest with you. Nope. The colors are all still brand new in here, and it pretty much does the same thing as all the other ones do, where these flip up. And this is a really good one to travel with, so I think it's a really nice palette. It's just one that I don't find myself reaching for, so I'm going to pass that one along as well. Then we have another Smashbox. This is a Smashbox. This is the Drawled In and Decked Out. So I think this has like blush palettes, as blush colors as well. I have never even played with this. It's brand spanking new. And it's been in my collection, so it needs to go, because it needs to go to a home where somebody will play with it. Stop being so unloved. Now these are some of my favorites. These are the Marc Jacobs palettes. This is the Style Icon number 20. This is the About Last Night palette. So these are their holiday palettes. So you can only get these during the holiday times. I love these palettes though. They're so good. They're very classy feeling, like they're very fancy feeling in my opinion. So I love those. I'm gonna hold on to that one. And then we have this one right here. This is the Wild One palette. So this one has like the zebra stripes, and it looks like this on the inside. The colors are really pretty as well. I'm going to hold on to this one as well. I'm keeping that one. Then we have some Makeup Forevers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Makeup Forevers here. So the first one here is the Makeup Forever. I think this might be the original one. Maybe. I don't know. So here's what the colors look like. I have never played with this. It's time to go. The next one is the, they don't tell you what they are. Oh wait, that one they tell you at the top. So this was number 4. This is number 3. So here's number 3. I don't ever play with these. These need to go. Then we have another one here. This is number 2. The colors are beautiful in this though. Honestly, I really do like the colors in this one. But I have other palettes that probably have the same colors. I don't know. Should I keep this one? I'm debating. I might have to hold that one out to the side. Then we have the number 1. It's basically a neutral palette. So here's what it looks like. It's one needs to go as well. I just don't find myself ever reaching for any of these right there. So now I'm looking at my Natasha Denona. This is the Sunset palette. So here's what the Sunset palette looks like. Gorgeous colors. Again, I was not a huge Natasha Denona fan in the beginning, but once I started using the colors, I fell in love with them. So I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. This is one of my favorites. I love the Tropic palette. I did a lot of reviews on this palette. You guys probably will see them on my channel. I love this palette. Now, my new favorite though is the Natasha Denona Safari palette, guys. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's all matte shades. The colors are beautiful. They blend really well. The only one I had a little bit of problem with was Rhino, but once I figured out that it was me, not the palette, we did fine together. we are best friends right now, so I'm going to hold on to that. Then we have just a few more here, guys. We have the Boxycharm times Pure palette. I don't really love this palette, to be honest with you. I think it's a good palette, but it's not a great palette, so I'm going to pass that along. Then we have the Pretty Vulgar. This is the Nightingale palette. I actually really do like this palette. I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed this, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have the Pur Midnight Masquerade. I don't like this palette at all. These colors in here don't work for me, so this one is getting passed along as well. So now I'm going to show you guys. This is everything I'm keeping. Everything right here. Everything I'm decluttering is right here. So I'm going to count everything out and I'll give you guys a final total. Tell you guys how many I decided to keep and how many I decided to declutter. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got them all sorted now. So these are all the ones I'm decluttering from my collection. There are a total of 33 palettes being decluttered, which makes me very happy. I did pretty good. Makes me happy. Then we'll move over to here and we have all the palettes that I'm keeping. So they're all sitting here all nice and stacked. So I'm ready to put them back in my drawer. And we have a whopping 51. So I still kept quite a few, but out of 84 palettes, I got rid of 33. So that's not too shabby in my opinion. I think I did pretty good. So we're going to put all these back in and we're going to move on to the next drawer here soon. So let me know what you think of how I did. And of course, if you're interested in purchasing any of the palettes that I have decluttered, they will be on my Poshmark site. So hopefully I'll have them up and ready for you guys to purchase if you're interested. We'll have that link below for you guys as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Okay guys, I have everything put back in the drawer now, so here's how it fits nice and neatly. I love how it looks now. It looks so much better. So now I can actually see everything. I had to put this palette up like that because it's so big it doesn't fit in this way, as well as the Jaclyn Hill palette is the same way. It doesn't fit the other way, so I had to kind of lay it in there like that, but I can still see it, so that's what matters. So I have all my palettes laid out in here. It looks very nice and organized. It makes me very happy when I can open this up and it's not like all like jumbled in there. So I think I did pretty good. So you let me know what you think. How did I do? Thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.